felt a lot.
I was in that upper deck for the first time ever for banana ball this weekend.
Oh, yeah. It gets you. Definitely think about your career.
You're obviously here for spring with first official practice of fall camp with the new team. What was it like out there?
It was nice. It was fun. Just getting back to that brotherhood of just getting back on the field, and the grass felt amazing. So it was awesome. I loved it.
What's it mean to be out there and be with the new team? What's the opportunity out
Yeah, I think I love the opportunity and the challenge. But just like I said, we work so hard, especially in the summer, that once you have a brotherhood and you guys are building blood, sweat, and tears every single day, you finally get to produce it. Football is not about just, conditioning and running. You have to put it towards something. And so getting to finally, work on your craft and go get your brothers was everything.
What did they kind of tell you about the opportunity here? I mean, I know they don't guarantee any kind of starting spot, but you saw there was an opportunity, and did you think you'd have a chance to come in and try to win this spot right away?
Yeah, I had a good foundation, especially back at my old school, CSU Pueblo. They believed in me a lot, and so just talking to Coach Keene, Coach Potter, he told me, you could come and compete. Never promised me anything, just come and compete for the left tackle spot. And obviously I had some other offers in place I could go, but I just really felt this was kind of God ordained to come here. And, spot or not, I knew that I could come in, I liked my chances. And I just respect everyone around me and just believed in myself. So you can't play the outcome. I just wanted to show everybody what I could do.
Speaking of CSU Pueblo, what feels different from there and here, and are you quickly settling into your role up front?
For sure, yeah. So I remember taking my visit here. Shout out Coach Vigil. He was telling me hey, this is a really good culture place. And so in that aspect, the culture here is very, very similar. Obviously the workload is a lot more, especially with D2. You could be playing, you're doing fall camp practice or spring ball practice and have to go to work the same day. And so that's the biggest difference, but just the workload, that's pretty much it. But culture's the same.
On the field,
Yeah.
what's the biggest difference with the line that you're working with, and what's the biggest difference when you look at the other side that you're going against?
I would say probably size and IQ. Everything else as far as skills, it's hand in hand, but it's really just the size and IQ of the game, whether you're reading coverages, strings, all that stuff. We didn't do too much of that at Pueblo. We ran a spread air raid, so you're going to get a lot of DN pass tendencies and stances, but I would just say the IQ and size.
Who were some of the other schools you were looking at, and why was Boise State the spot for you?
Yeah, so for me, it was never about any currency. It was all about where I could grow my faith at, and so I remember I took a lot of visits. One of them was Washington State, Colorado State. Those two I was looking at heavy, going back home to Dallas, UNT or UTSA. So those were two things, but this was really the only place that really gave me a chance to extend my faith and really put that forward, So that's why I chose this place.
Coming from CSU Pueblo to here, obviously different resources and things that you have available to you. So how is this summer maybe different than any other summer for you in college?
Yeah, I feel this summer I really could have worked on my craft a whole lot more and give it all I had. Like I said, at Pueblo, I remember I would go and work, and you're working out, you're working hard in the weight room, but after that you're going to go work at Ross or DD's Discounts, stuff like that. So it's kind of it takes your mind off of that. Now you're focused on rent, bills, and security as far as what you're doing and your off the field issues. And so here I feel like I don't have to worry about that. I can really put all my time and effort into football, and I think that's what every football player wants.
So you had to have a summer job basically.
Yeah, I did lawn mowing, landscaping, DD's Discount, security.
What's it like to not have to do that?
It's awesome. You get to focus on football, so it's definitely a blessing for sure, and it's definitely taught me that you don't ever want to take this for granted. Like we talked about, I'm so grateful to be here. So yeah.
Tyler, I was curious. Coming from a D2 school, where does that drive come from? If you got to juggle a job and you're trying to get more looks from big coaches, where's that no quitting you? Where does that come from?
I think that really stems from my why, my purpose, and also my father. I would remember my freshman first semester, I told my dad, man, I got $5,000 in bills to pay, or my bad tuition. He's like, figure it out. And so it just goes from, the opportunity there is to do it. It's find a way, so what, now what? So this happened, what are you going to do about it? And so that just keeps me hungry every day. Even from transitioning from Pueblo to here, I had a really good foundation with the guys back there. And they just really were praying for me and really loved what I was doing. And they always, tagged along with me. So it's just having that good sense of security. But
You said D's discount?
yeah,
What was that? What did you do there?
security,
Okay.
security. Yep, in the
Like
front.
a bouncer at a bar or what? Oh.
Yeah, like I mean, you just got the suit, and I mean, you can't like touch anybody, you know, but you're just there like trying to intimidate people, basically.
What's the store? What was it?
These discounts is like the contrary to Ross, so
Okay.
it's like Ross, but like for like I wouldn't say baby store, but more of like just like subdivision of it.
Did you ever have to like chase anybody down?
No, you weren't even allowed to. You just had to like scare people off, basically, like stinners.
Why Division II? Was it just kind of this is your chance to continue to play football, or what was kind of the decision behind going that?
Yeah, so the decision for going D2 was definitely heavily involved with my recruitment my senior year. I wasn't heavily recruited my senior year because I didn't play my senior year. I only played 4 games towards the end. And so I had nothing but D2 and JUCO offers. That's when I took a step out of my faith to pray about where I need to go. And I felt like God was leading me to CSU Pueblo, and that was the right choice.
Was that injuries your senior year, or what?
No, not even injuries. Just me and my coach, my head coach, we just didn't really get along. I think it was like an immaturity on my part. I feel like I played the game wrong way, and I talked about this with Jay. It's more of like I was out there like trying to hurt people in practice, and I didn't know how to flip that on and off the field. And so he taught me a really big lesson with that. It wasn't like I got hurt, I wasn't playing well or anything like that. And so yeah, we're cool to this day though, and like that was the biggest lesson I learned. And that also tends back to my why. Like when you get something taken away from you, like man, you want to go everything to get it back.
So what's the biggest thing you learned at Pueblo?
The biggest thing I learned at Pueblo is I'd probably say I had a coach there named Coach Natkin, and we were big about our program, but he told me like this is a kid's game, and so have fun with it, but at the same time like this is a results-based business. Like you could want to start all you want, you could want to play, you could want to contribute to the team, but like what are you going to do about it? It's all about your confidence and your prep, and your prep's going to lead to the results you want.
So you expect them to be here 2 years now?
Yes, sir.
So
yes,
what,
sir.
when you originally committed, you probably thought it was for 1. I mean,
Yeah.
what's that feeling all of a sudden like knowing you got 2 years here?
Honestly, it doesn't change my work, my drive, my method, but it definitely feels so good just because this place means so much to me. Like the culture here, the staff here, the coaches, the players, like you want to be around that as much as you can. So coming in here with 1 year, like I said, I worked my tail off, but at the same time, I was like, man, I only get experiences for 1 year, and now you get 2. It's like, it's like ice cream,
I know Jay mentioned just like this, even this room, you probably didn't have something like this down at CSU Pueblo. I mean, just all the meals and the locker room and everything you guys have. How has that changed things for you, and how much is that? Do you also need to still not realize like you've arrived and you still push yourself and stuff?
Oh, for sure. So, I mean, even at Pueblo, like, I couldn't get my mind off. I knew it was time to leave when I couldn't get my mind off the future. Obviously, I didn't know I was going to be here. But I would think of stuff like this, like the media, like if you ran into a fan or something like that, like, and I would, like, think about how my response would be. And I think it would just be grateful. And that's where I'm at right now. It's like so grateful for this because I know how to feel. Like, I feel like you have a different type of grateful perspective when you've never had it before. And so it'd be different if I would have, started here as a freshman and came here and did this. But like, since I'm older now, I have definitely a sense of wisdom and gratefulness to this.
So you made the jump to D1 during Boise State Media Day. Coach Potter said that you could be something special here at Boise State. How does that make you feel hearing that from the OC? And what are you focused on proving this camp?
Yeah, first of all, Coach Potter is a great coach. I learned a lot from him. He always pulls me to the side and tells me like stuff I need to talk about, whether it's my footwork or my drive on practice, and it means a lot to me. And as far as like what I can do with that, it's like motivation, but at the same time, like motivation will only get you so far. Like if they see something in you, like just take it as inspiration and keep going. And so that's what my mentality, like him and Coach Keenan both instilled into me. Like you get these compliments and it's good, but like don't stop. I didn't come here just to get some compliments. I came here to play and contribute to the program and help my brothers in any way I can, where my role is. And so that's what I've been trying to do.
I was going to say, offensive line is such a unique position group. What do you like about it? Why not go for something like edge rusher or something like that? What drew you to the line?
Yeah, so I mean, as a kid growing up, I started out skinny and it just kept getting bigger. But offensive line, I think I like just the collaboration of just 5 guys working together. Like the receivers are going to rotate, the running backs are going to rotate, but the offensive line is always going to be in. And so even if someone gets injured, like Lord forbid, like we're always going to have to work together. It can't be just one person dominating without the person next to him. And so it's a lot of teamwork, it's a lot of brotherhood, and I really admired that growing up. And so I think that's what made me stick around rather than going to like edge or tight end or something like that.
A couple of weeks ago, Cy Gaines said he was excited, like you're on his team and he gets to run behind you. I guess just where do you say your game specifically excels? What makes you so good on the offensive line?
Yeah, I would say for me, I would just say firstly, just my mentality, just my why and purpose behind everything, my no quit attitude, and just trying to dominate the person in front of me, for the running back, for the tight end, for the receiver, for the QB. And then like physically, I would just say like my athleticism. I feel like I move pretty well. And I can still clean up some stuff with that, with my footwork and stuff, but I definitely feel like it would definitely contribute to my athleticism and just getting off the rock, you know.
I think it was athleticism they all brought up as well. Is that coming from, like you said, you're a skinnier guy growing up? Is that where it's all coming from, you think?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I would definitely agree with that.
What about just the shoes you're stepping into, and obviously the left tackle position here for 2 decades plus has been guys that have been drafted into the NFL. I mean, I'm sure you're well aware of that.
Yes, sir.
What about trying to add your name to that list and just coming in replacing the guy that just got drafted?
Yes, sir. Yeah, when I was getting recruited and they told me that, Coach Parr told me that, it was like, oh wow, like that's almost unheard of. It definitely excited me and gave me fuel to fill those big shoes. That's why I feel so grateful when these guys talk about me and give me good compliments. Like it shows like the hard work's paying off, but obviously we're not there yet. I think that's what makes this place so special. Like when you think of Boise State, you're going to think of the O-line, the running backs, the D-line, like just the big guys. And so some big shoes definitely to fill, but I feel like pressure is a privilege. And so if I have the privilege to have that pressure, I'm ready to live and die with it,
You've been here 7 months. You've been here 7 months. What do you think you've improved on the most?
I think for me, I've improved the most. Physically, I would probably say just my aiming points. As far as like mentally, I would just say like just my mentality. Really, like I really learned here. This is like a hard place to thrive in. Coach D always talks about staying in the furnace, and that was me my whole spring ball. Like we're doing 16 play rags and you'll get maybe 2 plays off. And so I really think I just learned about just staying in the furnace and, pain is temporary. That's what I've learned. It might get hard out there in practice, but it's temporary. What are you going to do with those next seconds, next minutes? What's going to happen today?
A little over a decade ago, that Chris Strasser was originally here, and now he's back, and obviously has quite the track record with where he's coached. What type of impact has he made on you in that room?
Man, he's awesome, man. He's a guru, O-line guru. He knows what he's talking about. We all love him in the O-line room. He's always up there. And I'm the type to go get extra film work late at night. He'll be up there helping me out, questions on the sideline. Like, he's just a really good guy, really good mentor, really good coach to have around. And I'm glad he's here. Definitely glad he's here.
We talk about some of the differences for you here. Obviously, the O-line is supposed to operate as one. So when you lean back and you look down the O-line now and you see Roger Carrion at 330 and Dalen Latoyer pushing the scales at about that same weight, and I don't know, how different is that?
It's definitely different, especially where I came from. But I think it's good. It's like I feel like we're a bunch of transformers, and like sometimes, like you said, I'll look back and like be a little odd, like, oh man, like can't believe I'm like standing next to these guys just because how talented, how big they are, how hard they work, the standard they set. Even with them being out in spring ball, they were still a big president, all the Boise State football players. So I would just say like it's definitely a blessing, and it's definitely like you got to kind of log back in looking at it, but it's like that's what we're pushing towards to dominate, to be excellent, to help the team anytime we can.
Thanks, Travis.